West Ham want Brennan Johnson. Welcome to Talking Forest. So many clubs have been sniffing around Brennan Johnson in the summer, obviously last summer as well, but I think teams kind of stayed away from it just because they'd not seen him in the Premier League yet. They were just basing it off of his championship season. Did very well with Forest last year, was pretty much played every single game. He was our second top scorer. If it wasn't for a 1 year coming back from his injury and scoring them goals, he would have been top scorer. Morgan Gibbs-White won player of the season, but I think Johnson was very much a very easy shout to give it to as well. Without his goals, we could have very easily gone down. But this summer, like I said, a lot of clubs have been sniffing around him in the Premier League. And I think, personally, basically the way transfer works, you don't go and... Sometimes you do, but 9 times out of 10 you'll go and approach the player's agent first instead of the club they play for, just to see if their player would be interested in a move. So clearly there's something in the Johnson camp where he would be interested in leaving Forest if this many clubs would keep coming in for him. So first it was Brentford, Thomas Frank. They put in I believe a 35 million bid for him, which apparently just got laughed at by Forest. And then the report come out that Forest want 50 million to even start talking about negotiating a deal. And over the last 2 weeks, the Brentford link has gone quiet. I don't think they want to spend that type of money. Obviously, with Ivan Toney being out for a little while for them, they want another attacker. Johnson could be that man. He suits their style of play, exciting, young, quick, dynamic. But I think the price tag puts Brentford off. Then we move on to Spurs. They've just sold Harry Kane, and they stopped. Once the Kane to Bayern Munich started speeding up, they was sending scouts to watch Brennan Johnson, keeping tabs on his situation, but they're still yet to place a bid. Now, we know they've got money. They had money in the first place, but they've just sold Kane for 100 million. So they've definitely got the money if Forest want the 50 or higher. I think we can probably squeeze 55 and maybe a sell-on clause as well. But now the latest club to enter the race for Brennan Johnson is West Ham. Now, I'm not sure if he would go there because I personally think it's a sideward step. They were struggling all year last year. Finished higher than us, but only just towards the end of the season. Like I said, they were struggling all year in the Premier League anyway. They did smashing in the Conference League. But in the Premier League, it's a sideward step. I think he would be looking at the Brentfords, the Tottenhams, maybe the Villas, just to go to and improve in league position, and it will make him a better player as well. And obviously selling Declan Rice for a lot of money, Forest now know they have the bargaining chip with Brennan Johnson. They know West Ham have money. They know, let's say we want to start talking at 50, they know they can ask for 60 and then we can go from there because they've got the money to spend. I personally think it is the right decision to let Brennan Johnson go. Now, I think he's a hell of a player. Can still be a hell of a player. Remember, he's still only, 21, 22? But when money like that comes in, for a player who, towards the end of the season, dropped out of the squad and was still picking up results without, I think you've got to take it. Like I said, I think he's still very crucial to the way Forest play on the counter. There's not many better people in the Premier League to counter-attack than Brennan Johnson. His numbers show that. But when an offer comes in with £50 million or maybe just a tiny bit more, no one knows. On Friday night against Sheffield United, he could go and get injured. He could break his leg. He could do his ACL. And that's that 50 million gone. And if we was to sell him for, let's just say 50 million, that frees up another 50 million to help with financial fair play. And you could probably go and spend 30 to 35 million of it on brand new players. Let me know in the comments down below of if you was Johnson, which team would you pick? Brentford, Tottenham or West Ham? Whether you would let Johnson go. Like the video and subscribe to join the Talking Forest family.